Hi there. Today Sep and I are going to show you how to turn this old box into a side table. We're going to sand the box, fill in the holes, and then we're going to paint it in a bright colour, and then to finish everything off we're going to add these hairpin legs. We're also going to cut it down into size, so we've got a 40 by 40 box, a square box, and then it hasn't got a door anymore, so we've got to make a door at the front out of these old pieces of wood. We're now going to saw around the box. Therefore Sep's made this piece of wood that fits just on top of the box. It's got a little bit of an overlap, as you can see, just down here, and that fits, just slots on the back, can hold it then into position, as then we get the saw and we can push the saw right up against it, so we cut at the same area on each side. It's going to cut to each side twice. First of all about 3 millimeters, and then we're going to go all the through. This just stops the wood from splitting. The box is made from chipboard, and as you can see now we've got a rough edge all the way down here. This has to be covered up. We're going to use an edging, just an ordinary piece of wood that Sep has already cut down to size to the thickness of the box, in our case 2.5 centimetres, and we're going to cut the edges at 45 degrees with the meter box that is here, and glue these pieces of wood on using a bit of wood lime. When that's finished, we're then going to take a filler and fill out all the holes on the boxes, there's different places where screws have been. Then once we've done that, we can then sand it all down. The important thing is, when you glue these on, is to make sure the inside edge is level. The outside edge doesn't have to be level, because when we're sanding we can actually sand that down right down to size. The box is now ready to be painted, but as you can see I've got my hat on and it's gone really cold out here. So we're going inside to paint the box. We need to tape on the inside of the box so that I don't get any of the colour on the inside. I'm just going to paint all the edges and the surfaces, and inside we're going to leave, because when we sawed out the veneer didn't split or come off, so we're just going to leave the veneer on the inside. We think it looks quite nice as it is. So let's go inside and do a bit of painting. We're going to make now a door for the cabinet. The door is just made out of plywood, and we've measured the width and the height, and we've taken off 4 millimeters off the width and 4 millimeters off the height, so there's a little bit of room for the door so it can open and close nicely. We're now going to take it and place it inside. This is how it's going to look then. Then I'm going to open it up, and this is where I want the hinges to go. So I'm going to mark in here, just take it round there. Oh, my pencil. And I'm going to mark that this is the top up here, down below is the bottom with the triangle. And over here is where I want the hinges to go. We now know this is the inside, there is where the hinges are going, and Seb has made another template. This is to drill the holes on the inside. This piece of wood is 10 centimetres wide and fits just right inside. He made it just 1 millimetre shorter so it slots in nicely. And now we can use this template here on this side together with this piece of wood and drill the holes exactly into place. He's then got the holes to attach the hinges here, and in here he then knows the exact spot where the hinges are going to go and can drill through it. And if you don't understand, don't worry, you can watch it in the film. We're now going to attach this hinge. We're going to measure in 5 centimetres to the middle of the hinge. We're then going to drill with the Forstner bit a 35 millimetre hole. And then to get on the other side, these 2 holes that we need to attach the rest of the hinge, we're going to measure a line across, and these are 16 millimetres from the middle of the hinge. So then we can measure the 16 millimetres out and drill the 2 holes. The door is now ready for its decoration. We're going to cover it with these pieces of wood. They're 5 millimetres thick and they're cut in 4 different sizes. We've got 15 millimetres, 30 millimetres, 45 millimetres and 60 millimetres. To start, I'm going to take just one of the pieces of wood and glue it onto the bottom of the door and make sure it's level with the bottom, and that's going to be glued with wood glue straight in position. I have to make sure that on each side there's an overstand here and on left and right, so then afterwards I can saw along and get a nice smooth edge. We're going to place them on one at a time, glue them on, saw a little bit off so we haven't got too much overstanding, because we don't want them going all the way through on every row. Sometimes we're going to have just a little bit and then join on the other end so we get a nice effect going up through the door. To finish the door off, we're just going to attach a doorknob. We're now going to place the hairpin legs on top of the cupboard and fix them to the cupboard with some screws. Mr. Seb's just going to use a pencil, mark out where the holes are, make sure that every leg is more or less in the right position. Then he's going to use his drill a little hole in before he screws the legs in position. Now we're going to make a stopper for the door. All we're going to use is this small little piece of wood, and this is the top of the cupboard. The cupboard's the wrong way down. We're going to place it inside here. The door thickness is 19 millimetres, and we're going to add a few millimetres to that. So we're going to drill this into position at 22 millimetres, so that then when the door closes, it doesn't go completely into the cupboard, but actually just stops there. And afterwards, we can attach the hinges. So the side table is now finished. I'll just turn it around for you so you can see the front of it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and take a look at other projects that we've done that we've upcycled. And here you can see the door opens, we've put the shelf in and closes really smooth. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Ciao, ciao.